dwnproductions.net. Masks, bus props, and custom work. If you want something made, hit up dwnproductions.net. Fastcustomshirts.com. Hundreds of t-shirt designs, all at reasonable prices. And we do custom work too.
Okay, but anyway, this movie, old Jean-Claude, is riding a motorcycle to the desert, and he stops and like he's given us kind of his character, telling like he's just fed up with the world, and
he's drunk driving
so many horrors, but he's not on the road, so it's it's fine. And he's just gonna kill himself. He's gonna kill himself, but first he's got to see a friend and give him a gift. But before he can do that, he passes out, and some other guys come up.
Well, no, he starts shooting. He just starts shooting randomly. Mm-hmm. He's all liquored up in the middle of the fucking desert, and he starts shooting off his gun, saying, "Johnny, why is you not here for me, Johnny?" And then old Danny Trejo pops up, supposedly supposed to be an Indian, but sometimes he says Mexican shit, and other times people refer to him as like a Native American guy. So I guess he's an Aztec. I don't fucking know, but it's extremely weird, and I think they have a homosexual relationship there, Joe.
Well, okay, so he passes out in the desert, and some local toughs, roll up, and
hillbillies, rednecks,
want to take his bike, but no, he's not having any of that. Unfortunately,
that's a gift.
And they kick his ass, and they shoot him, and this guy's supposed to finish him off, but he doesn't. He just leaves him for dead, So this guy, fuck it, he'll die here anyway. But he didn't understand that the ghost of Danny Trejo, no, you think he's a ghost at first, but it turns out he's a real living person, is there and cures JCVD's, ass kicking and gunshot by giving him a foot rub. A fucking foot rub. This is some weird shit, man. It goes on for a while too. It's like Trejo's really getting into it.
Mm-hmm. He sure is, and they're singing songs together. It's drinking tequila, singing songs together, and the motorcycle he was riding was a gift to old Danny Trejo for
a war buddy.
Yeah. What war? I don't know. But after that, what's his nuts? Old JCVD's all healed up. So he's gonna go into town and get his boyfriend's motorcycle back. Dag nabbit. So he walks through the town, gets to the local restaurant, falls in love with the old lady behind the counter, and he says something in French. I couldn't understand, the fucking idiot. And Mr. Miyagi's there reading some Japanese newspaper. He's waiting for his wife to get off the bus or something. And and then he says, "Hey, this fucking pie here was terrific. Can I pay you?" "Oh no, you can pay me with that wiener later, sir." And then he tips his stupid fucking cowboy hat at her, opens the door, makes a little joke like, "Ooh, the door hit me in the face, tee-hee." And then he proceeds to go to the guns and ammo shop, and America's Rose, Gregory Scott Cummings, is waiting for him there, Joe. And some other guys there's too. And Jean-Claude's just like, "Oh, I guess I'll just murder these guys." So he does. And then they have the world's oldest man chained up in the back room. Do you know who this guy is? He looks familiar. I think it's Grandpa from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Some shit, like some Western, some old stuff. There's a lot of recognizable people in this movie, but it's kind of like you don't really know who the fuck they are and don't want to bother to look them up. This town, it's got 4 businesses, I think, maybe 5. You know, yet they have two gangs there that are vying for control of this fucking four business town.
Yeah, I guess it's a good place to make drugs or run drugs because they say it takes the cops an hour to get there. So what are the businesses? It's like slightly bigger than the town of Perfection from Tremors. We got the restaurant, we
Yeah,
got the hotel,
you had that armory place.
the gun shop,
Yeah.
and I think there's a bar a couple
Bar.
miles down ran by some Arab dude. He's definitely not a fucking Arab dude.
That guy, you see him in a bunch of movies. He's got a real distinctive, weird, retarded look.
I think it's the motherfucker from Ghost, like from the subway. He was like, "Oh, I wish I had a cigarette." Ooh. Or some other ugly fuck. I don't know.
And then there might be like a general store, and there's a church.
There is, because Mr. Miyagi, his job is ringing that bell.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, he goes to that bar we're talking about, and there's two girls that are trying to leave, but the local toughs won't let them. So he just shoots everybody, and saves their lives, and they come back and they both fuck him.
And then there's this point we see JCVD's ass, and I was reminded, oh yeah, that's the thing he likes putting in the movies. That's always his idea. So
Yes.
So if you ever see JCVD's ass in a movie, it's because he specifically wanted that shit in the movie.
I don't know.
That dude's so European.
Point in the movie, it becomes Yojimbo, where he's like setting one group against the other, making them think that the attacks he's doing is them, so they start picking each other off. This shit's been done in several movies aside from Yojimbo, like Last Man Standing. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of them with the same plot line. Yeah, and it's I don't know. There's just more action. It gets hung, lynched. It was a hate crime.
He gets away though. He dies later of his injuries back in his hut. But he gets away. He like shoots him down or cuts him down or some shit, and he flops on the back of the motorcycle and he brings him back to the shed. Dies in JCVD's arms. He whacks him off a little bit before he dies.
Pecker and like,
good night, my prince. Then he fucking dies.
Did you like the motorcycle?
He starts singing that song. Remember when we dress like women? Whatever the fuck they were going on about. And fucking JCVD goes back and he fucking kills everybody, and then they fucking all the survivors like jump in the middle of the street, high five, and it freeze frames.
Larry Drake is the leader of one faction, and his son ends up killing him because he's tired of Larry Drake yelling at him. And yet Larry Drake's trying to act.
He's the only one in this movie who's trying to fucking act and play it for real.
And nobody else in it everybody's just fucking around.
Everybody's just like, oh, I can't believe we're getting paid for this shit, and they're all just giggling under their lines. Shit's terrific. This movie's fucking awesome. If you like ridiculous fucking bullshit, this is some ridiculous bullshit.
Again, I'm not saying it's good, but it is an experience. You gotta watch this at least once to just like, how the fuck did they, what? Goddamn Millennium Films.
Oh, we didn't even bring up the old horned up Pentecostal lady who runs the motel and shit. She fucking goes to try and get some of that fucking JCVD, but he's already banging the other broad, so she just gets liquored up outside the window, whacking off, and she fucking comes until she passes out.
She gets to kill the dude too because she throws a knife or a snake because she's one of the snake charming Pentecostals, you know.
And the guy, oh,
No, that's got a samurai sword and cuts it in half and throw it at him.
oh, what's his nuts did? The bar guy, he fucking sliced a motherfucker with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, shit. I'm pretty sure there's rocket launcher in this fucking movie.
Yeah. Shit. I don't
I
know.
mean, the shit's got it all, Joe.
Planes flying by all the time, and that's how he beats the last guy he has to fight because the plane distracts the other guy.
That's right. Yeah, oh, what's her nuts? America's Rose, Jamie Presley, she's in it.
Old Jamie P, they call her.
PPJ, that's what I call her.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
And Rosie Perez is in this too.
is she?
No.
I didn't think so. Filled in the day Mr. Miyagi wasn't there. But yeah, this movie is entertaining as hell and definitely worth a watch. It's just like it just seems like everybody's just fucking off and they're just making this shit as a goof, except for Larry Drake, and I guess except for the director. But everybody else is just like, oh, I can't believe we're getting paid for this. And then they see it and it's just like all the worst fucking goof takes were used in the fucking movie. Like a lot of JCVD shit, it seems like right before they cut his fucking part in the movie, he was about to do some coke giggles and shit.
I think something I read about it, wasn't happy with the initial cut, so he had them recut some of it or like fucking restructure the movie somehow. So who knows what it looked like before he got his coke riddled fucking mind.
He's done that a few times. I think the first time was on Bloodsport, where it wasn't what it was supposed to be, so he re-edited it. But yeah, he's done that on a few movies for sure.
Fucking prick.